is the main focus of what we're going to see today. Back here, you can see kind of my army. Let's talk a little bit of how I set up here. So I assumed my opponent was going to bring an artillery, kind of heavy army. So I went ahead and threw my little Thane up there. He's just going to kind of be a bait. So either my opponent is going to waste ammunition on him, or you're going to see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take my army and I'm shifting it back. So you see I'm having him here. And this is going to give me a little bit of extra room. So I'm going to have him run out there, kind of this on kind of a solo Rambo mission and try to take out one of those. But then I'm going to move everyone else up with him. So I want him completely unsupported. Meanwhile, on my front, I have two miners with blasting charges, the Aircraft miners with blasting charges, Iron Breakers, and the Northern Iron Breakers, which have more blasting charges. Some Rangers, Orthodox Rangers, and there's 3 units of Standard Dwarf Warriors with weapons. And I have the Rune Lord and the Rune Smith. And I went ahead and I took off the Rune Oaths and Steels because it's pretty worthless against most matchups against Taurus. It's kind of a campaign ability or a 2v2 ability because anything that your opponent bring is going to be armor piercing. You're just not going to get the value out of it. Over here you can see my opponent has 3 rock lobas, the Hammer of Gork. He has the Rusty Arrows. I think this is just regular Goblin Archers. More Mangy Marauders are way up there. And each flank he has the Nasty Skulkers and some Night Goblins. And then 5 units of Black Orcs. And then he does have way over there the Goblin Great Shin. So I come in here. I said I break off 1 unit here. I'm going to try to use them to focus down these rock lobas. And I want to get them off the field because I have a lot of high value troops and I want to get the most out of them I can. If I just leave my troops there, he's going to get it. Over here you can see I'm starting to drop some bombs on the Rusty Arrows. I'm going to go ahead and drop 2. That's going to drop them down to 96. But more importantly, it's going to start breaking their leadership as I try to force them off the board. Over here I misclicked and actually told him to shoot the goblins. So I'm taking the Skyhammer, I'm just running him over, and we're going to do a nice big old fat drop. So we have 5173, and let's just see how this, there's a little drop there. And you can see I almost took out half the life and took out, 32 models. And now I'm going to take the Skyhammer, what I'm going to do is the Skyhammer, I'll move away. I dropped the second bomb just to take him off the field. I'm going to take the Skyhammer, and I'm going to kind of zigzag between these Black Orcs here, and I'm just going to start dropping bombs, try to get them off the field. Meanwhile, over here, we're just kind of harassing, trying to pull units off, and just trying to prevent him from getting any real value out of his rock lobbers. And then this group of Gyrocopters is fleeing off, and the other one, you can see, has taken damage, still has 4 models, but it's taking a fair amount of damage. Over here, you see I did drop another little bomb here, and got 8 of these Black Orcs, and I think I dropped another bomb. Let's see if we can slow it down a little bit here. Let's get a little explosion. There we go. So we're at 71. That explosion goes off. Looks like we got a few more Black Orcs there. So he's down to, well, he's got 17 models that are gone, and that's going to be all. And then once again, I'm going to slide back here. I'm going to hit there. Over here, you can see what I'm trying to do here. You can see that my forces are all the way out there, and for him to engage my valuable troops, he has to kind of go through this whole gap here. So I'm starting to send it in, but he's going to start getting everything online and start focusing me down. Over here, there's not much I can do. He's going to outpace me. He's going to run me down, so I might as well just try to force him off the field as I can. And we're going to drop one more explosion there. We're going to take out a few more goblins. So let's see how our kills did. This group of Gyrocopters got 40 kills, not terrible. I mean, there's mostly goblins. And this group over here got 39. He's doing okay, but our Skyhammer here just in time for another explosion. He's up to 97 kills, so he's doing pretty good. Now that he's out of bombs, I'm just trying to focus down this Goblin Rock Lobber. In hindsight, I should have just turned him on melee mode. He had nothing really to pin me down in the area. I should have just turned on melee mode and gone in. As you can see here, the Skyhammer does have a 54 melee attack, and it's decent weapon strength at 84, but that's more than enough to take care of these Goblin Rock Lobbers. But instead, I went ahead and I turned my guns, and I'm going to start just opening fire onto these Black Orcs. And you can see they're starting to take some casualties. You already got 2 models down. Oh, just 1 actually killed. My Thane has gotten up here, and the Hammer of Gork has only gotten, well, it's just hit 18 kills, but we're in melee now, and we're starting to obstruct this view. But more importantly, you can start seeing my plan here with all these blasting charges, and let's just watch. So we're at how many hit points now? 53. The first ball goes off. And then, oh, look at that. Behind them we have another group of miners with blasting charges. And now we're gone to 46. And we hit him with the, looks like he's boosted him. And I'm going to start hitting him with different spells. Over here you see the Also, the Raiders 14 kills and just shredded these Black Orcs because they've already taken a substantial amount of damage from the Skyhammer, and then we're really starting to hammer them down for more than Iron Breakers. So we've basically taken out 2 units of Iron Breakers before they could have done any damage. These Orcs, meanwhile, are also being kind of tied up here. I'm not able to get all of my shots off of this group, but I'll take what I can. And over here, I'm just sending in my Dwarf Warriors just to kind of hold them up. And then over here, you can see that he's getting a very favorable engagement. And these nasty Skulkers are really going to just tear apart these poor little Dwarf Warriors. There's nothing I can do about it. So I've already routed off one group of Black Orcs who are at 6 kills, and the other one is up to 17, so not really doing too worthwhile. But over here you can see what I really need to be doing with the Skyhammer is start going into melee, start trying to force off these goblins. But I decided to turn around and just pour some shots of my ammunition into this. Just trying to take him off the field. Just look at the Skyhammer. He's up to 105 kills already, so he's definitely putting some work in. Meanwhile, my last of the blasting charges here and my Rune Lord has pushed off these Black Lords, only getting 7 kills, definitely doing some good work. And so I think my early gambit of coming in there and just forcing off those rock lavas to protect my higher value troops is definitely starting to pay off. But you can see, let's see, where are my Iron Breakers? We got one group of Iron Breakers, only at 35 kills, and the other group is at 29. But they're going to start doing some good work. Once I start getting these Runes of Wrath on these nasty Skulkers, we're going to start forcing them off the field. Over here, I think putting some good work. He mostly just kind of held down the Black Orcs. We've only got 600 points of resources and he's fully stripped down. But that 50 melee offense is really going to help him kind of stand and bang for a bit. And then we'll have the European Miners, 26 kills, not terrible, he's doing okay, but we are pushing off these group of Black Orcs over here. And then now you can see how I decided to go ahead and we'll start getting into this melee. You can also see the Ophars Raiders in there getting some. They're at 49, 50 kills. And now I'm just starting to force off anything I have, and the Skyhammer's 100 armor, just select any of these light armor target or lightly targets like the rock lavas and the goblins are just not going to be able to push through. I see his Black Orcs coming in, and I'm just going to go ahead and take off before he can really get any damage done. Meanwhile, over here I have my Runesmiths just trying to beat our Rune Lord on this rock lava, trying to get some work done. I was sending in the group of Miners and Blasting charges, only 8 kills, but it is what it is. And we're going to send them over here and try to shut down these Rusty Heirs who have taken a fair amount of casualties, but they're starting to finally get some work done here, but only 11 kills. My opponent is using his Goblin Great Shaman just to bully my poor little Thane around. Not much I can do about it. He just leaves him to run away, probably assuming that he's going to shatter and not come back. Over here, this is where we have our thickest fighting coming in. So I was finally able to push off the nasty Skulkers up here. You can see all their kind of liver corpses there. And now that the Iron Breakers and the Northern's Iron Breakers, we'll just call the Iron Breakers in there. So the Iron Breakers are at 98 kills in the Chevron and 65 for the Northerns. And you can see that these Black Orcs are just going to have a bad day. They don't even know. And the Runesmiths are going to keep dropping these Runes of Wrath and Moon on them. Meanwhile, you can see that, let's kind of get a little farther view of the battlefield here. So you can see he's running down my Rangers who didn't really have any good shots. They didn't really do too well this battle. Only 26. I was just kind of shooting into the back of these Night Goblins, but there's nothing I can do about the Wolf Riders. Over here, you can see he's starting to pick away, trying to get what he can. My Runesmith is back, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send my Runesmith in here, try to get on these Rusty Heirs. I do drop the Rune of Wrath Rune here, and you can see we start with 35 models. We're down to 26 models. I'm at 18 kills, down to 20 kills. Still on 18 kills. So I don't think the Runesmith abilities actually count towards his kills total. But these Black Orcs, you see, have 190 life, which is they're just not going to make it. They're just, write them off and move on with your life. You can see I'm taking the Skyhammer here. I'm going to start running down, and I'm going to try to focus down this last this rock lava he has up and running. It has 40 kills, most of which I think have been against Miners, because you see that it doesn't really have any XP left. But the Skyhammer is at 118 kills. And then I'm going to take these last group of Miners and Blasting charges, and I'm just trying to get these rock lavas off the field. Over here, you see he's trying to get, my opponent's trying to get all his forces and try to send them into this fight. And over here, these Black Orcs have got 125 kills, most of which are Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. But you can see that my Iron Breakers are at 116 and 118 kills. And it's really starting to really work. That constant pressure from the Moon and Wrath and really going to start pushing them off and really going to help me out there. Over here, you can see I completely wrapped it up, and we're going to head fast forward because I don't think there's too much left to say. So now I'm just gathering my troops here. We're going to just push forward, and anytime I see that he gets a rock lava back online, we're going to take that Sky Hammer, and we're just going to run over there. We're going to give it a little fist bump. Over here, you can see the 83 defense of the Northern Iron Breakers and the 70 defense of the regular Iron Breakers is just too much to really get through. So what does that mean? That means his Black Orcs with 34 defense, striking against the Northern Iron Breakers. He's going to have about, let's see, 30, 50. He has about a 10% chance to hit every time he goes into contact. So he doesn't really have many chances to get in there. And you see, I'm just going to keep on dropping those runes of Wrath and Ruin. But he is about to push off my Runesmith, but by now it's going to be too late. He's going to get sandwiched in there. It's going to be over. You can see the Sky Hammer just doing a little body bump and just pushing these guys off the field. All right, so let's... sorry, I'm fast forward. So we're going to go over once this wraps up, and we're going to see kind of how we did. Let's start with the kind of a look on my side and see how I did personally. So on my side, let's start with what really jets out: 154, 195, and 128 kills. So definitely got some worthwhile value there, and I think I only got worthwhile value out of these 3 units because of my sacrifice early on with the gyrocopters is forcing off his rock lava. As you can see, only one of them really kind of paid for itself with the 84 kills. None of them gained the chevron, which kind of means to me that they probably were hitting lower value targets like Dwarf Warriors and Miners with blasting charges. Meanwhile, my Dwarf Warriors, you know, they got slaughtered, but that's what Nasty Skulkers do. And the Miners with blasting charges, they did okay, and the Eureka Miners did all right as well. Most of their kills were also against Black Orcs. And then let's look over here on my opponent's side. So definitely got great value out of these Nasty Skulkers, 131 killed and 182 or 128 kills over there with the Black Orcs. But you can see these other groups, 6 kills, they just got shreked. They had a bad day. These Goblin Archers weren't able to do too much.